Alright, this tutorial on how to fly a hang glider, I guess we can call it Hang Glider 101. When you buy the hang glider, it'll be spawned like that in its assembled form. And if you don't want to use it right now, or you just don't want to position it here, you can click disassemble, and that makes it a backpack. And this backpack is usable with inventory space. I'm not sure how many items you can fit in it. I think you can fit at least one repair kit and some ammo and things. Anyway. Hey, look at that plane over there. We'll come over here, and just all you need is really a clear space. A lot of people think you need a hang glider on a cliff, but in this game you just need it in a free open space. You click assemble, and then let's see, scroll, get in. Once you're in, here's how you look. You can use your rudder keys and forward walking. You can actually walk in it and turn with your rudders. For me, that's Q and E. That's a default ArmA 3 control. You don't ever want to hit the A or D. That would be your aileron in an airplane for the default controls. And in the hang glider, you can do that later, which I'll show you. But when you're learning to fly, you will kill yourself, so don't touch those. So I'm walking in a straight line. And if I press and hold shift I'm pressing W to walk forward and shift to run. And as you see, I get a little speed here. Now let's go over onto the runway to get a little smoother. You could do it there, but the smoother the better when you're learning. So I'll go W and shift, forward speed, get up there as soon as I'm walking straight. You want to make sure you stay in a straight line, press space bar, which kicks your legs back up, and then push forward on the mouse. That's the default controls, of course, and keep holding W, because it's really not a glider. It really does have a little bit of an engine, but it's just to make it usable, you know. Now once you're up in the air flying straight, if you press, let's say Q, which will hit my rudder to the left, and then I can tilt with the mouse a little left and right, and you move up and you go up, and you pull back on the mouse and you go down. As you can see, I'm going to press left aileron with the A, and it just reacts too fast. You can't fly like that. I mean, you can later when you're once you've learned, but if you do this when you're first learning, you will crash. I don't know how to tell how fast you're going. This variometer doesn't really work for anything. I don't know where the speed reading is, but I've been told if you go under 45, you'll stall out. And it looks like, oh, I don't want to die, I'm going to die. Here we go. Ooh. Well, just get out. Now disassemble it and run up the hill here. Well, I'm not even going to cut that out, you know, because a mistake's a mistake. And that could happen to you when you're learning. I mean, I've flown them quite a bit, and I still mess up. But they are really simple to get off the ground once you tried and learned. I don't know about here. You know, somebody new to the hang glider might think this is a good spot to take off, so let's try it. Remember, forward W and space when you're moving, and then hold W and move up with the mouse. You always want to hold W when you're flying. If you let off W, it's like cutting the throttle, and you will still glide. See, I'm not pushing it right now. But you will eventually lose your speed and have to come down. Let's try and show you a regular landing that is the way you'd want to do it. Don't hold W anymore so that you fly slower and slower. And as soon as you think you want to get in a landing position, you press F or whatever your backward is. So like S puts my legs down, and as I become closer, if I hold it down, he puts the brakes on. And if you're at a nice low altitude, well, there you go. And you're landed. And then you're walking. And if you want to take off, remember, shift and W. Hit the space bar, your legs fall back, you push forward on the mouse, make sure you hold your wings straight, and you're up in the air. Now here, like I told you, you can do some maneuvering with your ailerons once you're used to it, but really don't do that when you're new. You can swoop, soar up, and I don't know how to tell you how fast to go, but look, we're stalling out, see? But dive it toward the ground again and pull the nose up, and you're okay. So, oh, we're flying. I'm going to try and land. I'm not the greatest pilot in the world. It is a lot of fun. You could do drugs or pick your peaches, and I really like to use this backpack to hold items, because then if I wreck my car and I run out of repair kits or something, I could fly somewhere and pick one up with this hang glider. Because really, you just need a clear place to take off. It doesn't have to be a cliff. I'm not the greatest at landing here. Apparently you want to go slow, but I'm afraid I'll land too hard. There I go. Anyway, you get out and just scroll, disassemble, and it's on your back, and you're off and running. I think, by the way, with that stupid little meter, which I don't usually even use, you have to get back in it, scroll, and turn the variometer off. You could just walk around all day like this if you want to, but be real careful, because if you run into things, it is just like running your aircraft into something. It will blow things up and glitch buildings, which, of course, we don't want you to do. You disassemble it and run where you're going, and I'll show you when I get over here to the airplane. You've got to be extremely careful when you've got this backpack that contains the hang glider, because every time you scroll, it's going to give you the option to assemble the hang glider. And I have hurt myself and exploded my car and blown up my helicopter, because I'll show you. I'll come up to this airplane and try to get in. Of course, when you scroll to get into the airplane, it's also offering you the option to assemble your hang glider, which you don't want to choose, because if I assemble the hang glider this close when I'm trying to get in, it will probably blow up the airplane. And so we're in here, and you'll notice it always gives me assemble hang glider. So let's see what happens when we go for a fly. I'll assemble the hang glider once we take off. Show you another video later about this little airplane. You really don't need a runway for it either. And we're off. Of course, when you tail drag your aircraft, you want to get a little airspeed, push forward, nose down, bring the tail up. And once you get your airspeed, whee! Really, with the flaps, it'll probably take off all by itself. Now, let's assemble that hang glider. Oh no! We lost it. Well, it's always something fun. Anyway, that was how to assemble your hang glider.